I didn't really have a question. I was just really thinking about how it's okay for immigrants to be in this country when it serves the purpose of working and breaking your back for people, and them just like putting you out on a limb like that.
Yeah.
It just bothers me.
No, I think that's a
It just
great point.
bothers me.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thanks so much for the call. I absolutely agree with that, right? So here's another component of it, right? There's a report that we did on yesterday, or we were giving the news about Russian immigrants, Russian anchor babies. Let me just use their terminology, right? Their racist terminology, the anchor babies, and how prevalent that market is for women from Russia to come to the United States and have a baby, so that that baby can get an American Social Security number, passport, and access to our system. These women actually take residence in many Trump hotels, right? And so, this clearly, when asked about it, one of the women who coordinated it, she said the following: when she was asked about Donald Trump's comments about women who do this, she said that the president said that in reference to people from the Middle East and Mexico, not them, not from Russia. And this is exactly what the president said. He said, why are they coming from Haiti? Why don't we get them from Norway? Right. And so it's this that's the first part. But specifically to what the caller was saying, they have no problem bringing us over here. Black people, not as immigrants, but as slaves. Right. Chinese immigrants to build the railroads, Mexican immigrants to build. They have no problem allowing us to build this country. But then now all of a sudden it's theirs, even though every person of color, particularly black people, built this nation from the ground up. It's fascinating that so many of these people who tell us to go back to Haiti and tell us to go back to Africa, I guarantee you that most African Americans specifically have been here. Their generations have been here longer than one of them. Right? We've been here. African Americans have been in this country since slavery. Since before most of these people came here in the 20th century. We've been here generations back. And yet these Johnny-come-lately white Americans, particularly conservative Americans who want to say, go back to your country. Well, bitch, we've been here much longer than any of you. I guarantee you the bones of my ancestors go back in this country, and we've done more to build this country than any one of you. Period. I mean, if you think about it, most immigrants, maybe second generation, maybe third generation, that's most of America's story. There was an influx of immigration during the 20th century. And that's cool. This is nothing to slight against immigration whatsoever. But when you fix your mouth to say, go back to Africa, funny thing is, we've been here much longer than you. We've contributed to building this country much more than you. What did James Baldwin said about it? He said, I'm American. And he said, I don't necessarily say that as a point of pride, as something to brag about. But he said, we were born here. The blood of our mother and our father is in the ground here. We built this country. I'm an American because we don't have another home that we built. We built this. Right? I mean, that's the essence. I'm paraphrasing him, but that's the core of it. And so this entire thing is about white supremacy trying to keep control of the United States of America, trying to assert a level of ownership that it really does not own, does not have. America is not white America's country. America was literally built by black and brown people. And yet we are in a phase, ironically enough, as established as that fact is in the minds of people who pay attention, we're in a phase in American history where there's a great resurgence of this bigotry and the idea that America belongs to white people.